In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, one God, Amen. Today is the third Sunday of the Great Lent. And this Sunday is named after the reading of the Gospel of today, which is about one of the parables of Jesus Christ, I would say from a personal perspective that it might be the most important as far as the message. It bears the most important parable of all the parables of Jesus Christ. All of them, sure, they are important, but I consider it important because we can say it's an opening for the teachings of Jesus Christ. The opening or the first message that Jesus Christ wanted to convey to us and to the multitudes he has lived within, it was that he is accepting the sinners. He came for that. He came for the forgiveness. That's the core of his message. The forgiveness of the sins. That's why we can consider this parable one of the most important parables, because it is the most relevant to this message, which is the forgiveness of sins. And this is the whole message or mission that Jesus Christ was sent from the Heavenly Father to accomplish or to fulfill. We all know this parable. It has three characters: the father, an older son, and a younger son. The parable is in 22 verses from chapter 15. Chapter 15 of the Gospel of St. Luke has three important parables. The first one is the lost sheep. The second one is the lost coin. And the third one is the prodigal son, or some people like to call him the smart son. He is prodigal. He's named prodigal son because, or according to the negative side of his life and his behavior, and we can call him the smart son according to the positive side of his behavior. I'll discuss today, or in this English sermon, the positive side, the father and the older and the younger son, the prodigal son, and I'll leave talking about the older son on the Arabic sermon, because he deserves to talk about. By the way, I said this parable is 22 verses, 8 of them about the older one, who maybe we talk about him very lightly. We need to think about him too. But I'll postpone it after to the Arabic sermon. When we look to the father and the younger son, as we all know, the parable is named after the younger son, the prodigal son. But when we think who is the most important character of this parable, actually it is the father. The father is the pivotal character, or the key character of this parable is the father, not the prodigal son, not the younger son. One of the evidences of that is that the beginning of the parable, it is saying a certain man have two sons, not a younger son for a man. Another thing is the reason why Jesus Christ said this parable is to show the love of the Father, the acceptance, the forgiveness. Surely the younger son represents us, but the main reason why Jesus said this parable is to show his love, his acceptance, his forgiveness. When we look to the so the father, he is the key person. He has only one situation. He is taking one situation from his two sons, the love. The love that is not affected by the behaviors of his sons. He loves them anyway. We can call it unconditional love, even though it is conditional. It has a condition from our part or from the part of the sons. Their reaction affects how they are making profit from the father's love. The love of the father is unconditional, but the use of it depends on how we are acting. Remember, I want you to remember that the story or the parable ended by the younger son inside the house, the prodigal son who had a bad behavior in the beginning. It ended in the house, enjoying all the wealth of his father and his bosom, which is more important than the goods he had, the money he had, the wealth he had. And the older one is out of the house. And as I said, we will discuss the older one later. But the father has love that is not affected by the behavior of his two sons. He loves them anyway. When you go to the prodigal son or the smart son, we can divide his life in 4 sections. The first one, inside his house. He had everything, but the problem is that he didn't know that. His father represents for him just the bank. That's why he asked to take his goods, his portion of the goods of the father. And he took them. And as you know, this like he's considering his father died. He's inheriting the father's wealth while he's still living. He didn't consider the relationship with his father. He considered his wealth. That's why he asked for that, and he has gone out of the house. If you try to imagine this scene, I think after he has gone out of the house, he looked back and said, "What a boring house, full of bonds." And he started the new life, second phase. A new life with the friends. And I think for the beginning of this phase, he thought that this is a true life. He's enjoying with his friends. He has the whole freedom, this appealing word that sometimes is an enemy for the person. The freedom is it's great, but it depends on how I'm using it. So he thought he has his freedom now. He gets rid of the bonds of his father's house and started the second phase, that is the fun, the true fun. But actually, it ends by he spent all his money. And the people who thought that they are the true friends, they are the true persons who love him, it was a lie. And they have left him. They didn't love him as his father's love. They loved his wealth, because this is what he was considering. So the people he get close to them are people considering the same. So for them, he was just a bank too. And when he bankrupt, they left him. Then he started the third phase. Third phase is taking care of the swine. And for a Jew person, It is the most disgraced job can a Jew ever have. The most disgraced job is taking care of the swine, because it is defiled. The swine are defiled for them. So you can imagine how disgraced the person who is taking care of these disgraced or these defiled creatures, the swines. And he finds the swine he takes care of them, and he gives them their food. And he wanted to eat from their food because he's hungry. But no one wanted to give him, because he has no value. He has no value from the perspective of the people of this far country. This is what this earth can give us. Has nothing to give us. Has nothing to give us. And if we asked from, because remember that we are living in a materialistic world. So if we seek the fun or the joy from this earth, we won't have it. A nice quote from a Christian writer. We can consider it a contemporary writer. He has died from 50 years. He's an Irish writer called C.S. Lewis. He said a very nice quote. He said, "Aim for heaven, you will find earth thrown in. Aim for heaven, you will find the earth thrown in. Aim for the earth, you will get neither." Again, aim for heaven, you will have the earth thrown in. Aim for earth, you will get neither. Neither the earth nor the heaven. You will get neither. The earth doesn't have anything to give to us. And as far as we get into the competition of having things and goods, it ends up like the prodigal son. But the good thing with the prodigal son is the fourth phase. The fourth phase is, there is two keys to this parable, and especially on the life of the character of the younger son. The two keys to this parable, number one, it is said that he came to himself. He came to himself. He reconsidered his behavior. He thought about it again, once again. And he found that the things that are valuable weren't valuable for him. And the things that has no value were valuable for him. So he had the chance, the opportunity to reconsider, to think once again. He came to himself. And that's how we can rearrange our way. That's how we can redirect our ways to the ways of God. We should come to ourselves. That's the only way to have the forgiveness of the Father. A person said he might do something, that he write a letter. "Hey, Father, you know that I'm in a far country, and I'm in a bad situation now. I have no food. Please send me one of your servants with some of the gold you have." He didn't do that. What he has done, it is said, he arose and came to his father. He arose. I said there is two keys. He came to himself, and then he arose and came to his father. He arose and came to his father. He didn't send a letter, but he came by himself. He came by himself, and knowing that the bosom of his father is the most valuable thing in this life. Even though he was arranging himself that the most he's gonna get is to be a hired servant. But the surprise, he marveled that he was kissed, he was accepted by the whole love of the Father. He has been given the ring, the best robe, the calf. He has been given everything. He restored everything. But it's not the good this time. He wasn't looking to the robe he has from the Father, not to the ring, not to the calf, but the love of the Father. Actually, the Great Lent is a season for repentance. It's a season to see how God is waiting for us, but we should react. I said, God's love is unconditional, but we cannot get use of it unless we react to it. We react positively. We come and confess our sins. It's not just stating, I have done so and so, but it is the reconsideration of what's valuable. This life has no meaning if we are not enjoying the love of our Heavenly Father. This life has no meaning if you are just living to eat and to have things, goods, our portion of the goods that he had and he wasted. But actually, the true life we can live is to enjoy the acceptance and the love of God. That's how we can have forgiveness. The repentance is not a negative issue. It's not just leaving some sins, leaving out, or giving up some sins, but actually it is a positive behavior, going back to the Father. Many times when we think about sin, we need to get rid of many bad things we are doing, we are committing. But we are not thinking we need to go back to the Father's bosom, to enjoy the love of God. This is what He is waiting for. This season of repentance, Great Lent, is the season to think that way, to go back, to confess, to reconsider where we are going and how we are acting and what our goals, what our aims. Is it heaven or it is earth? It is goods or it is the love of God? May the Lord give us the blessing of this season, and may He give us the true repentance and to enjoy His love. Glory be to God forever. Amen.
Yeah.